Hi, this is Gerhard. I would like to show what I have available. This is the Lancair Legacy retractable gear kit, and I'm selling it. I own it outright, so there is cash and pay if you're interested. So let me show you what this whole kit contains of what I have. So I'll start out. This is where I went to the workshop to close out to get the fuselage and stub wings added, close out the wings and everything. So this shows a picture of the spar closeout where that area right here needs to be opened up. Actually right here, and this is already with the closeout in it, which goes from here to here, and you can see it's just a test for everything. And this is the cutout in there for fuel lines and things like that to go through. Next step was closing out the wings. So the wings were pre-done, pretty much what you see here. Sealant had to be done, and then these areas here where the wing mate, they needed to be floxed and filled in so that they exactly fit the upper skin. That was done, and here you can see everything prepared for the closure. This is the right wing, same thing, coupled, put together with a stub wing section as well, and nicely on the jig. So for the closeout, you can see the jig here. The left wing is here being closed out with having the aluminum square tubes here to keep things straight and not to distort it in any other way. It's a top view of the right wing, and this is after everything has been taken apart, and this is the leading edge tapes that get put on there to make sure everything stays together, because the first bond is surface to surface, and this makes sure that it's a nice smooth edge and everything. Of course, it needs to be filled out with micro and sanded and so on, the finish, once everything is ready. This is the jig I hold the wings in. They're in my hangar right now. You can see the engine mount here as well. Just another view of it. These are the flaps and the ailerons. Flaps need to be fitted once the wing and everything is finalized with the stub wings. These are the stub wing closeouts, left and right. This is the elevator closeout. This is also still at the Lancair facility on their jigs, and preparing the same way as the wing. It gets closed out in one run altogether. So this is the prep, and then you can see with the clicos, and then the same thing here. The leading edges were also then taped, or two-layer tape was added on for joining them from the outside as well. This shows the rudder and vertical stabilizer before closeout. You can see I put in 2 conduits for whatever you want to do. There's a hard point up here that you don't see, but I have documentation on that too. And you can see it's for electrical. I was going to put a lipstick camera on there, as well as I have a hard point down here to add a lipstick camera looking forward to. I was wanting to do videography with it, flying over nice places and whatnot. One thing you can see here as well is I've added a 2-inch extension to the rudder in the middle of the rudder, and it is lined up with the center line of the rudder because of the flight characteristics at slow speeds. I'm a rudder pilot, I'm a glider pilot, and when I flew it at slow speed, I did not like the rudder authority, so I decided to put that in after consulting with Len Fox, who said yes, that might be a very good idea. This is the inside of the fuselage, showing the push rod for the elevator, And this is the rudder activator. The wires go left and right here, and the push rod goes in from here all the way through to the actual rudder that activates it. This shows the this is the original rotisserie. I designed it for transportation from, actually not for transportation, I designed it to be able to work on it in standing. I had a back injury some years back, 25 years back, and so it was important for me to be able to stand vertically and in a good posture to work on the airplane. I even made a hole in the roof of my garage so I can actually put it in this position, working left or right, whatever it's needed. And you can see already here everything was done already that far with gears, and this shows it can rotate in any position I want to. And this shows the airplane out on the apron. You can see here nicely the extension of 2 inches for the rudder as well. Here the rudder has been pretty much finished out. I haven't made up my mind yet whether to put in the trim or not, because a lot of people say I never touch it, so I might consider not putting it in and just having a tab that you adjust on the ground for your cruise setting, and that's it. This shows the elevator upper stop with this surface hitting it, so it's defined by Lancair where the upper and lower stop need to be, and so they have been applied, and you can see here the push rod for the elevator, which is attached to the bottom side, and here a closer view, so everything is very well, that can be reached very well. So once again, from the other side, the upper and lower stop for the elevator, and the horizontal stabilizer to fuselage joint. They recommend to put in a certain radius here. Which radius depends on what you want to do. It's still open to whoever wants to close it or finish it up. You can see here the tapes for the leading edge. I haven't taken the peel ply off yet, but whenever is needed to work on it, that will keep it safe. This is working on the canopy frame. For exact fit, because they're not always 100% the same, I had to cut it in the middle and then make it fit left and right, that it is exactly where it should be, and then this was laminated on to fill the gap, so it was like a 3 or 4 layer layup. Then I'd had to do 4 layers, 3 layers, 2 layers, 1 layer, so in the end there was a layer that it was evenly spread out. Then the foam had to come in, and then this was closed up with additional layers of carbon fiber. This is then the fuselage turned upside down, canopy attachment hinge point. There will be a 2 brackets going here where the hinge goes, the hinge lever goes here, and you will see that. But this is just prepping, and next step you can see here is putting the laminations in, and here you can see they are in, plus the actual hinge points are attached as well. And this shows both in the finished position. Everything is ready to go, and also here these are the receiver points for the gas struts that go up here that lift the canopy up, and you can see here it's nicely staged. It's not an abrupt edge. I always flare things out. This shows the canopy attachment point. That's where the hook comes out and catches the canopy in its down position. You can see the rib nuts have been installed already. This shows the opposite side on the canopy frame, where I'm installing the rib nuts for the catch where the hook goes in on the canopy. This is how it looks done. I'll look from the inside, and here this shows while I was working on it, it was inverted, and because this is 6'2" high, actually 6'4" high, I can stand in there with a straight back and work on the inside, which the previous pictures were taken. This is the option that I decided to go with, the hydraulic pump system, because it was supposed to go behind the back of the luggage compartment for the Continental heavy engines, the 560, etc. I was going to plan and put in a light combing 390, which with 230, 250 horsepower has plenty power, and it is a lot lighter, so the airplane doesn't need as much power and goes almost as fast as the other ones. So here are hard points for attaching electrical devices, other things. The battery will be placed here as well. And so this is the back side of this compartment that I specifically made and fit right for this here. It's a real nice fit. Hard point for the pump, and a view inside. You can see here it's attached, and the hydraulic lines going out. Here's the push and pull rod for motor for the flaps that you can see. Here's a hinge point. And this is the top view of the area. This is forward, and this is aft. Oh no, sorry, opposite. This is forward. This is the breakthrough for the fuel lines that I showed in the very first picture, and this is where the push and pull comes through for the flaps. And these are flap hinge points for the flap that will move back and forth, and you've got the fuel lines that are the hydraulic lines that come through here and then go left and right to the gear. This is the fuel feed through right in front of the main spar, and the fuel valve, which then goes, of course, to the front of the engine. This shows the flat motor and the through point where it will move the actuator will move the lever for the flaps being deployed. Another view, a little bit different angle. This shows the left center section closeout rib to the gear well, and these are points for the hydraulic lines to go through, or is it fuel? I don't recall right now. I think it's the fuel. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Here's hinge points for the gear door, inner gear door hinges, and this is for the hydraulic actuator. Here's the catch or the seat pan settlement where the seat pan will go. This shows the rear side. Again, this is the center console area, and this looks like the fuel line and then the two hydraulic lines. Next, this is the pitot on the left stub wing attachment from the outside as well. I do have the pitot tube. This shows the firewall forward with the hinge, the gas strut points, and then of course the engine mount, different engine mount points that go along with it. And this ratchet you can move up and down anywhere you want to. Here's a bolt for security, and you can actually bolt it into place as well. It works also for transportation, this whole rotisserie, very nice. This is the stub wing left. You can see the pitot with the aileron crank going along, and then you have hydraulic lines coming on both sides, and the fuel line goes in the back here and then transitions to the wing in this area. Again, this is the gear section showing for the retractable gear. Here's the attachment for the hydraulic cylinder, as well as from, I believe, that point there too. So yes, you can see here's the hydraulic gear cylinder goes in between these 2 points. The rear mount, a little more detail here. These are the hydraulic lines going in. This appears to be the left stub wing where the actual wheel well is. This is the canopy latch mechanism handle where it comes out. So it will be sticking out here to the back side here where you just pull it and then rotate it to unlatch the canopy. This is the right inner wheel well stub wing, fuel line going here, and the 2 hydraulic lines. I have Goodyear tires for all 3 wheels. This is the belly and reinforcement for the antennas that go in, because you break the skin and you need to reinforce that area, and there's like 4 layers here. This will help for transitioning that. These are the right now not installed fuel and controls that also belong in there. Now these are the accessories that I have. This is a autopilot for EFIS 1 from Blue Mountain. Whether you want to use it or a Garmin system, it doesn't matter. There's a DME transponder antenna, a GPS antenna, as well as the beacon antenna. Then I have the servos for trim system. So everything that is needed for aileron, rudder, elevator. Then this is the cowling, one of 2. I actually have 2 sets of cowlings. One is for the Lycoming, one is for the Continental. So you actually have a real choice here which engine you want to do. And sorry about that. These are the seat pans with a cutout for the stick, the wheel, gear doors, inside, outside. Yeah, same thing here. This is in my garage where I've been building. You can see the canopy. It needs the next step to glue on the glass, and then the closeout will go on top of it to finish that off. Here, this is just another side view of its current place where it is. And the rear view, yeah, that's how it is, the current status quo. So this is for sale. All options are actually still available. You can do whatever you want, because anything that is out on the market there's lots of secondary gear that you can do, so all options are still open. You can contact me, give me either a call. I will not be available in December under this number because I'll be out of country until 12th of January. So best is to email me at gerhardpascha@aol.com. I hope this helps you. Let me know, and looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you.